हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू मेरिडियन ओवरसीज। अगर आप टॉप काउंसलर से कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं, लाइव अपनी काउंसलिंग चाहते हैं, तो आप डायरेक्टली वेबसाइट पे जा सकते हैं। अपने किसी भी काउंसलर के साथ आप डायरेक्टली एप्लीकेशन करवा सकते हैं, वीज़ा फाइल सबमिशन करवा सकते हैं। तो वेबसाइट विजिट करें और अपना रजिस्ट्रेशन करें ताकि आपकी सारी प्रोसेस स्मूथ रहे।
Hello guys. Welcome to Canada Visa and Immigration Updates. Please subscribe to our channel for more latest and useful videos. Earlier this week, Canada extended its ban on flights from India until at least August 21st. The extension of the ban comes amid Canada continuing to ease its coronavirus travel restrictions for the rest of the world. Denying flights from India is extremely disruptive to both Indians and Canadians alike. India is one of Canada's most important allies and by far the largest source of new immigrants and international students. Some 20% of Canada's new permanent residents come from India. Indians comprise 30% of Canada's new international students. In Canada's 2016 census, nearly 1.4 million respondents identified themselves as being of Indian heritage. Hence, it goes without saying that the flight ban is currently a major challenge for Indians, Indian Canadians, families, and the Canadian economy. The Canadian government first introduced the travel ban on India on April 22 due to its concerns about COVID-19 variants which public health officials said showed higher rates of transmissibility. While health is the main reason Canada introduced the ban, the decision to lift it will likely be influenced by other factors as well. Health factors. When making its COVID-19 travel policies, the Canadian government looks at factors such as domestic case counts, the rate of vaccination, as well as case counts and vaccination rates in other countries. It also evaluates variants, their transmissibility, and whether existing vaccines are proven to protect against variants. In a written statement to CIC News on July 22, the Canadian government explained while progress is being made, the situation in India is still very serious. This extension of the travel ban is based on scientific evidence and has been put in place to protect Canadians from an increased introduction of the Delta variant, which is prevalent in India. While health is the main consideration, an argument can be made that the Canadian government is also influenced by other factors, namely the impact of restrictions on its economy. Canada has stated it will begin to welcome fully vaccinated tourists from the United States beginning on August 9. This decision comes amid rising COVID cases in the US and that country's vaccination rate stagnating. On the other hand, the US has extended its ban on Canadian tourists driving across the border. This means that it was not political pressure from the US that caused Canada to decide to welcome American tourists again, but rather a combination of health and economic considerations. As mentioned, the rising case count in the US is cause for concern, and has resulted in some Canadian media commentators questioning the decision to lift restrictions on American tourists. Conversely, the decision is being celebrated by those with an economic interest at stake, namely the Canadian tourism industry. Prior to the pandemic, Canada welcomed 15 million American tourists per year and tourism supported about 10% of Canadian jobs. Given the pandemic has decimated the tourism industry, the Canadian government likely felt significant pressure to reopen its border to US tourists even if there were compelling reasons to keep it closed. This should give us reason to believe that non-health reasons will play a role in Canada's decision on India flights. The pressure will be on from designated learning institutions, DLIs. Canada does not have any strong special interest groups that lobby on behalf of immigrants. This explains why groups such as Confirmation of Permanent Residence, COPR, holders have faced significant challenges throughout the pandemic. Temporary foreign workers, however, are backed by the Canadian business community while Canadian designated learning institutions, DLIs, advocate on behalf of international students. International students are a major source of revenue for Canada's colleges and universities. DLIs played a crucial role in getting Canada to lift its travel restrictions on international students last October. Given that Indians are by far the #1 source of new international students, DLIs will remain vocal as they seek to obtain concessions from the Canadian government by August 21, ahead of the start of the academic year when the vast majority of new study permit holders arrive to Canada. There may also be political pressure. It appears likely that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will call a new federal election in the coming months as he seeks to obtain a majority government. The stakes for the India flight ban may be higher than usual going into the election given the significant influence of Indian Canadians, who tend to live in the country's most vote-rich cities. Courting their votes will be key to Trudeau's electoral ambitions, and he may feel it is worthwhile lifting flight restrictions on India to further encourage them to vote for him. Thanks for watching this video. For any further information, kindly contact us on the email mentioned on the screen. Thank you.